Hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's Friday for me, and I'm repping Padres gear because today is Padres versus Dodgers. I hope the Padres win, and I hope if you're a Dodger fan that you have fun, but I hope the Padres still win. Anyways, I got a lesson for us today, guys. But for me to do that, I got to present my screen to you. So let me turn my screen around real quick for you so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, hold on one second. Hold on. Hopefully, you guys are seeing what I'm seeing now. And this says Earth Day, April 22nd, 2021. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what Earth Day is because I think it's important for us to remember where exactly we live, right? We all live on one planet. We only have one planet that we can live on, that one planet that's habitable enough to provide us all the stuff that we need, like oxygen and water, right? It's amazing that we as human beings, we need food, oxygen, water to be able to survive, right? Guess what? Earth provides us with all that food, oxygen, and water, okay? Now we got to be able to take care of this planet if we want to stay here for a long, long time to come, okay? And even though our time here is limited, right, we're all going to have children and future generations coming after us that we want to be able to provide a nice, safe, healthy place for them to live on as well, right? So let's talk about what Earth Day is, how we're hurting our environment right now, how we're hurting Mother Earth, and how we can help to heal Mother Earth, okay? So, there's things that we all do to take care of ourselves, our bodies, our homes, right? Things like to take care of ourselves, we're supposed to be eating healthy foods, right? Take care of our brains, we're supposed to be getting enough sun. To take care of our bodies, we're supposed to be getting enough exercise, right? So that our body and our brain is there when we need it. When we need it the most, it'll be there for us to be able to put in the work it needs to put in so we could be our best selves, okay? The same thing goes for like our homes, okay? We have to take care of our homes so our home can take care of us. At home, we gotta sweep and mop and clean off the counters and clean up and make repairs where repairs need to be made, like paint the house and fix things that get broken, right? So that way our home is nice and safe and healthy and takes care of us. We have to do the same with planet Earth because guess what, guys? It's the only planet we have that we can live on, right? Now there's spaceships flying all over the place right now, trying to figure out if there's ever going to be a future place that we can live, right? But right now, all we got is Mother Earth, and so we have to take care of this planet. And unfortunately, guys, the people before us and partly us, we haven't done a very good job of it. Okay, you're not all to blame. Okay, matter of fact, there's been generations and generations and generations, millions of years of people that have been here that have helped to hurt the planet. Okay, so it's not all just us, but if we want to fix it and take care of it, it has to be us, right? Because they're gone already. So let's figure out what's going on and how we hurt this planet. Okay. So we're harming the planet and we need to help it heal. There's something called deforestation, which I'm going to explain a little bit to you guys about. Okay. That we're doing to hurt the planet. There's plastic pollution, right? Air pollution, water pollution, right? And pollution just means things are getting dirty. Okay. So like their plastic is making the earth dirty. The air is dirty now. Water is dirty. Okay, and there's something called global warming. Okay, these are all big things that we have to talk about and be able to understand so that we know how to fix them. Okay, so right here I have a picture of a floating pile of trash in the ocean. Right, and this is huge. Right now, scientists say that there's 5 trillion pieces of trash in the ocean. Okay. And a trillion is a number that's so huge. If I started counting the day I was born from one, okay, I would never reach a trillion to the day I die. It would take me hundreds of years to be able to count from 1 to 1 trillion. So imagine all the trash that's floating out there. There's so much trash that every beach in the world has trash that floats up onto it. Even beaches that are completely uninhabited by men, there's no people living on a beach, right? Or on an island, there'll still be trash on there because it floats up. So the problem is a lot of that trash is plastic, okay? And plastic doesn't break down in the sun and it doesn't break down in the water. It just goes on for hundreds of years, right? Plastic is so strong that it could outsurvive all the sun and all the water, okay? And then it ends up floating in ugly things like this, okay? Big giant piles of trash. And that trash kills sea animals. So a lot of the animals that are in the ocean, including whales and dolphins and fish, they all think that this trash is food or they don't know what it is, so they try to taste it. Then they swallow it, it goes in their stomach, and since it doesn't break down, it ends up killing them, okay? Every year there's hundreds of whales that wash up on shore and they open up their stomach and find there's just thousands of pounds of trash in their stomachs. And birds end up getting all this trash, and turtles that live in the water get all this trash. So every sea animal in the world is affected by it, right? And because it blocks the sun in a lot of places, even the coral and the coral reefs get blocked by this trash and don't get the sun, and so they end up dying too, okay? So we got to do something serious about this. This is a picture of deforestation. Remember that word I was telling you? Okay. Deforestation is when we go into the forest and we start cutting down trees in huge numbers, right? Because we need the trees to create things like paper and toilet paper and paper plates and all the stuff that we use paper products for, okay? Paper to write on, paper to read, all that stuff. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. We also use wood to build things like build homes and build furniture, build decks, right? Build roofs, everything that we use wood for. There's a lot of reasons that we use wood. And because everybody needs it, they're out there cutting all these trees down, okay? And so the trees help us provide the oxygen that we need to breathe. And cutting down those forests causes the animals to lose their home and they become extinct. They have no place to live no more, okay? So all the animals that were living there, they don't got nowhere to go no more, and so they end up dying and they become extinct. So one of the other things is the air pollution. So here it is. Have you guys ever seen on a day that's supposed to be nice, beautiful, and sunny, and with blue skies, the sky looks brown? Right? So here it is. This is a picture of San Diego sky during a smoggy day when the sky is brown and ugly. So this is stuff that we cannot really breathe in, okay? Our body isn't made to breathe in smog. So smog becomes harmful to us. It creates sicknesses and illness and disease in our body. And so we need to avoid smog as much as possible. In a lot of places like Los Angeles and here in San Diego and in Mexico City, the smog gets so bad that the news has to report how bad the smog is on that particular day, right? And if the smog is real bad, they tell people to stay inside, not even go outside and do exercise, not go outside unless you really, really need to be outside, okay? So it's terrible to think that you can grow up in a place where smog is so bad that you can't even go outside. And if we keep doing what we're doing, it's going to be like that for everybody, not just for those of us living in big giant cities, okay? This is the ozone layer. It's a representation of what the ozone layer is. So you see all the green around the globe right there, okay? That's the ozone layer. The ozone is a protective layer for the earth, okay? And it protects the earth from the sun's harmful rays. The sun has rays that are called UVA rays and UVB rays, okay? And some of those rays are harmful to the earth. It because the sun warms up the earth, right? So this ozone layer is actually a protection from the sun's harmful rays. The problem is there's this big giant hole in that ozone layer that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? And you see right here, that layer doesn't have its green no more. It's right over one of the Arctic circles, okay? And it keeps melting the polar ice that's there. If we keep doing what we're doing, this ozone layer is gonna, the hole in this ozone layer is gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. And guess what? The bigger that ozone layer gets, the hotter the earth gets. Okay. That's why, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but summer days get a lot hotter now than they used to be, right? And the cold in the winter gets a lot colder than it used to be too. So that's what global warming is, right? And I have a picture here of a polar bear sitting on a little piece of ice, surrounded by all kinds of trash that's in the ocean. And this is kind of really what's going on right now. The polar bears are dying and are going to become extinct very soon because their habitat, which is the Arctic ice caps, right, is all melting because the ozone layer hole is getting bigger and the earth is getting warmer. So the ice can't stay there. Okay. It melts away. When the ice caps melt, okay, all the animals that lived on that ice have no place to live no more, and then they end up dying. So the polar bears are really close to being extinct. A lot of penguins, a lot of animals that lived in the polar caps. Okay, all because the Earth is getting warmer because this ice is melting. And guess what? Since that ice kind of keeps things cool, right? The more ice that melts, the warmer it gets, and the faster the ice starts to melt. Okay, so we have to do something to really start to change how things were going here. Okay, and so speaking of change, right? I say, Mr. Gomez, what can I do to help, right? I'm only in the third grade or in the fifth grade here at Darnell, right? I didn't cause all this. I wasn't the one that threw all that trash in there to kill the polar bears and melt the ice, right? I'm not the one over there that's using hairspray to mess up the ozone layer, right, Mr. Gomez? And I'm not the one that's driving 5 cars every day so that way I could make the smog layer bigger in San Diego, right, Mr. Gomez? And I'm not the one that's out there cutting down trees with my chainsaw, Mr. Gomez. And I'm not the one that's throwing trash in the ocean, Mr. Gomez. So if I didn't do all this, why should I fix it? The thing is, guys, right? If we don't all do our part to fix it, it's all going to go away. Believe me. But first, we'll all go away, right? The earth will heal itself, but only after it dies one time first, okay? And believe me, if this ozone layer gets big enough, we'll all be gone. If this smog layer gets big enough, we'll all be gone. If enough trees are gone, we'll all be gone. And if this trash keeps collecting in the ocean, eventually we're all going to be gone. So we got to do our part to do what it takes to be able to help the earth heal, okay? Here's a picture of a bunch of students planting stuff at their school. You know, we got our garden here that Miss Eves helped start, right? And a lot of you guys actually worked in and keep working in when we're here in school. And that's one of the best things in the world people can do is plant things like trees and plants, right? Eat the food that they garden and grow on their own, okay? That's a brilliant thing to do. Let's see what else we could do. So here says reduce, reuse, and recycle, okay? We got to reduce the stuff that we use, right? The number of things that we use on a daily basis. So things like plastics, right? We got to reduce the number of plastic stuff that we use every day. Reduce the number of paper stuff that we use every day, right? So instead of writing on paper, you guys maybe you could write on your whiteboards or write on your tablets, right? To figure out a math problem. And then we got to recycle. We got to be able to take the stuff that we used already and be able to turn it into more useful things again, okay? We got to recycle our paper and our plastic items out of the trash, right? We all should have a blue bin at home, like we have blue bins here at school. And you guys take out all the plastic stuff, throw that in the blue bin, and put all the paper stuff in the blue bin. So that way they can take that stuff, break it down, and then make it new again. Okay. Another good thing you guys could do is take all the clothes that you guys don't want anymore, or your toys that you guys don't use anymore, and give them to somebody that will actually use them, right? Donate them to somebody that will use them. There is always somebody that's hurting more than you out there, and they would be grateful to get your old toys or your old clothes, okay? Ask your parents where you could donate some of that stuff, or they could take you to donate some of that stuff too, okay? We have to save water, guys. California is one of the states in the United States that doesn't have a whole lot of water supply, okay? We get our water from something called the Colorado River, which supplies a whole lot of the American Southwest. And that water is running out, okay? So 2 things that you guys could do to help save water at home is when you're brushing your teeth, don't leave the water running, right? Rinse off your toothbrush, turn off the water, put your toothpaste on your toothbrush, go ahead and sing your brush a song to brush your teeth with, right? And when you're ready to rinse out your mouth, then you turn the water back on, right? It doesn't have to be running the whole time you're brushing your teeth, right? And then take a shorter shower. I know a lot of us like to play games in the shower and sing our favorite Ariana Grande songs in the shower, and let the water just fall over us and away, right? But honestly, we should all be taking showers under 5 minutes and try to keep the water off as long as possible, right? You get in the shower, you rinse your body off real quick, then you turn off the water so that way you can put soap in your hair and soap your body up. And then when you're ready and you're all soapy and you can't see no more, just turn on the water to rinse off, right? The water doesn't have to be on the whole time you're in the shower. Okay, cool. We have to cut down on plastic stuff like these plastic water bottles, right? I know everybody wants to be able to grab a water bottle or grab a drink bottle, okay, when it's nice and hot and you want something cool to drink. But you already saw the devastation that those plastic water bottles are doing to our ocean, okay? So we have to find things like this metal water container that's refillable, right? Or those hard plastic ones that we can wash and reuse over and over again. And make sure that we're doing that as much as we possibly can. Okay, those plastic water bottles are killing our planet. We got to use paper reusable straws instead of plastic straws, right? And the big one, this one is huge too. We got to use paper reusable bags instead of plastic bags. When you go to the store with your parents and buy a bunch of groceries, right? They give you a bunch of grocery bags. But imagine you doing that all the time, and everybody that does that all the time, where do those grocery bags end up? In the trash or in the ocean, okay? So what you got to do is save those bags and then take them back to the market, fill them up, and use them a bunch of times, right? If they tear eventually, then you can't use it no more. Or you could buy bags made out of material and refill those up every time you go to the market, right? That'll help the planet a lot. We got to save electricity because believe it or not, guys, for them to create electricity, they have to burn things, okay? It's called fossil fuel that they have to burn, like coal and stuff like that. And when they burn fossil fuels, it creates more smog. So it's a bad thing to use that much electricity. So turn off your lights and the items you're not using, right? Your police station doesn't have to be on all the time if you're not using it right then and there, right? Don't leave your doors open. Like if you walk out of a room, close the door because the heater's on or the air conditioner's on, and it doesn't have to be running all the time, right? If you're looking in the refrigerator for a snack, don't leave the door open. Mr. Gomez is probably the worst at this. I open the refrigerator door and I stand there for 5 minutes pretending like Harry Potter's gonna magically make a chocolate cake appear in my refrigerator, right? But it's not gonna happen. So if you know before you open the refrigerator, know what you want, right? Then open the refrigerator, grab the juice out of there, close the refrigerator, pour your juice, and then open the refrigerator, put your juice back in and close the refrigerator. Don't stand there and open the refrigerator and leave it open while you're looking for something for a long time And then while you're pouring your juice or getting your snack out, leave the refrigerator open, okay? So the thing is, you guys, are you ready, okay, to make a difference? Are you willing to do the small things it takes to help heal the planet, to help make this place a better, safer, healthier planet, so that way when you grow old, it's what you want it to be, right? And when your grandchildren are here, it's what they need it to be, right? So that's why we celebrate Earth Day, and that's why we got to educate ourselves and make sure that we're all doing our part to heal the planet, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are being safe and happy and healthy at home. I hope you're staying warm. I hope you're getting some sun in every day, right? And I hope you're getting some exercise, you guys. I really want to see you guys back here. And so until then, I will say bye.